there, folks. Thanks for joining me here on the Mandolin Tune of the Week. This week we've got a great tune from Ronnie McCoury. This was recorded on the McCoury Band's album, The Family. Nothing says Ronnie McCoury to me more than fast kind of G modal playing, and this tune is no exception to that. So before we get started, there is a tab available in the description below. Go ahead and head down there. I run a Patreon account, which means for $3 a month, you can get all of the tabs, backing tracks, everything like that to these YouTube lessons. So the Mandolin Tune of the Week, anything else here on YouTube. And for just $8 a month, I post some Patreon exclusive lessons that you can check out as well. So once again, this is Red Eyes on a Mad Dog. Let's go ahead and dive in. All right, so our pickup notes here, we're going to start out. Now I'm playing that B flat note. So kind of a G minor scale. I'm using a flat third, the regular 2, which is the A note. Just like that for our pickup notes. And I'm playing kind of this octave G with that fretted G on the D string, the 5th fret, and the open G there. And then after that, we're just going to go to this double stop up here, which is the D and the G. So the way I've got that written out is just by playing these 2 notes, but Ronnie kind of plays the whole mandolin here, so that would sound something like this. And then we're going to play this little lick. Just a simple kind of single note lick played off of this F with our index finger. And landing on that D note on the A string with our ring finger. And next we're going to play a pair of licks, and I really like this tune for kind of this in particular. He does this idea. That kind of makes the A part for me. So I'll play the first one slow now. So I'm leading that with my ring finger, kind of where we wound up on that last lick. And then I'm going to play this. And at the end there, I'm sliding my first finger into this C chord. And then I'm going to play the exact same lick, but I'm going to use my ring finger instead of being on this D note. It's going to be on this A note, which is the 7th fret of the A string. And that's going to get us back to G. So that's the entire A part. It's pretty short, it just repeats itself once. I'll go ahead and play it again slowly before we dive into the B. 1, 2, 3. All right, now I'll go ahead and play this B part slowly, and then we'll start to break it down a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the way for us to look at this B part is as one idea with a first and a second ending. Now those endings are pretty long. They make up about half of the B part each go around, but that's the easiest way to split it up because the first half is going to be repetitive, whereas the second half is going to be different each time. So let's go ahead and focus on the first half here. I'll play the B part slowly, just that half. So breaking it down in half once more, we're going to have this. So, starting out here, I'm going to be sliding my ring finger from the 5th to the 7th fret on the D string, sliding into that A note, and catching the A string with it. And 1, 2, 3, down, up, down. So altogether, that's going to be down, up, down, down. And that lick's going to be like this. And that triplet happens pretty quick, but on the right hand, it's just down, down. And we're just going to be hammering on that F note from the E, the 2nd to the 3rd fret, and then pulling it back off. So that lick all together. And then moving on, our next lick is going to be something like this. So I'm sliding, kind of the same deal. My ring finger, they're sliding into the 7th fret, that D note, and catching the D string with it. Just 2 downstrokes. And then playing that lick, which is the 3rd fret, 5th fret, and 7th fret on the D string. And then catching that B note, the 4th fret of the G string, and then open G. Now that's the part we are going to repeat both times. So the beginning of both B sections will start with this. So now the first ending is going to be like this. Pretty simple little idea. So that's 7, 3, open, 7, 3, open, 7, open. And kind of the same idea here, fretted a little differently. But just the same little left hand mechanic there. And then we'll play that lick, which is the B note, the 4th fret on the G, the E note, the 2nd fret of the D string, and then just back down using that open D. Just like that. And then we're going to go back to the first idea we played here, the beginning of the B part. And play our second ending now, which is going to sound like this. So that's kind of a little climb from B flat to C, back to G. So let's just focus on that lick for now. So I'm starting out with my index finger on that B flat note, the 1st fret of the A string, and playing this F note with the open D on the D string. And then landing there on that C. And then we're going to play that same idea here on the C chord, which is going to be our middle finger on that C note, ring finger here catching the 5th fret of the D, that's the G note, index finger on the E. Using that open E string to climb up. And then we're back to the G chord when our ring finger lands there on that D. So altogether, that last second ending is going to sound something like this. And that's the whole B section. I'll play that second half of the B section with the second ending now together. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's Red Eyes on a Mad Dog by Ronnie McCoury. So thanks for joining me this week on the Mandolin Tune of the Week. Every Saturday there's a new tune. So if this is your first time, welcome. And if you're coming back, thank you. Thanks for coming Thanks for giving me a reason to do this. Hit subscribe below and check out the Mandolin tune of the week each Saturday. So once again, this is Red Eyes on a Mad Dog by Ronnie McCoury. I'll play it once more. Feel free to play along. 1, 2, 3.